What's up, Dunwoody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's all about Dunwoody, Georgia. My name is Matt Weber. Show is brought to you by Dr. Brett Friedman with Village Orthodontics and Discover Dunwoody. And today I've got a new friend, Lia, with me today. Lia is running a fun run that's coming up in March, and it's got a good story behind it. Not a good story. That was probably worded wrong, but tell us where all this came from. Tell us about your brother, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, it's a motivational story, so I guess it is a good
story. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I talked to you for a while before the show started, and it is a motivational story.
Yeah. So our fun run is called the Feeney 5K. It is for Feeney Legacy Project. We're raising money for billboards to advertise the Feeney Legacy Project, which brings awareness to the Georgia Amnesty laws and calling 911 when you're in an emergency situation, and then knowing hands-only CPR. And that was just brought on for when my brother passed away in 2022 from cardiac arrest, and the person that he was with was scared to call 911 given the situation that they were in. So we created this foundation in memory and honor of my brother, in hopes to educate people on these laws and teach them how to do CPR before the paramedics arrive.
Yeah, and it's probably something a lot of people don't talk about, but like I was telling you before the show started, like when I was in college, I remember being around people who something was seriously wrong, and nobody wanted to call the police because they didn't want to get in trouble. And so that I love the idea of the billboards too. That's a different way of looking at it, I feel like, but it does catch people's attention.
Yeah, we had billboards up around Christmas time, and they got, I guess, like 2 billion views because they were on like 285. Like, it got a lot of traction. So that was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever done anything like this before? Like nonprofit type stuff?
So not like, I used to work at a Catholic church, so I did nonprofit for a little bit there.
Okay.
But like fundraising with that. And then I was really involved at the Mad Italian with the Georgia 2-Day Walk. I did it like 3 years in a row, so I raised a bunch of money for that and helped with that. But planning, I know
that's really, really important to Shannon. That's their big fundraiser every year.
Yes, for sure. So planning and executing a run, not so much, and that's where my Aunt Maggie comes in. Shout out to Aunt Maggie. She was the one. Your aunt is wonderful. She was, when we moved into Dunwoody North, she brought us brownies. I think it was the first or second day. She's a wonderful lady. Sounds like Maggie.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, so this is a AJC Peachtree Road Race qualifier, which I know is important to the runners out there. I want to make sure we mention that. And then, so you said it's going to start at the amphitheater at Brook Run?
Yeah, the amphitheater, like right by those, like that big set of picnic tables at Brook Run, if everybody knows Brook Run.
Right. Okay, and it's March 9th, March 8th. March 8th, I'm sorry. But Mad Italian is raising money from February 9th. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so just like they do for the 2-day, the breast cancer 2-day, they are doing a month-long fundraiser at the Mad Italian from February 9th through March 9th, where people can just add a donation to their check if they wanted to. If they want some FLP swag, that those proceeds go to the Feeney Legacy Project. And they have a team for the run as well, so people can sign up. There's QR codes all over Mad Italian, so any information you need, you should be able to find it there.
Right. Shannon and Tom are so good at doing that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So tell us about the billboards. Like, what exactly are you trying to get across? And short, it is a story, and so a billboard is probably tough. Like, what did the billboards say?
The billboards just say call 911 in really big letters. There's a picture of my brother. And then it's just our website. So we're hoping that people just see the website and they're like, oh, I wonder what that is. And then they go to that. We tried to keep them really simple.
Oh, that's smart marketing there.
Yeah.
There's your marketing background.
hopefully that brought some attention to it. So
Yeah. And so that they click, and then you talk about the Good Samaritan laws and the 911 amnesty laws. And can you talk about what those are a little bit?
yeah, so both of those laws protect people in situations in emergency situations where drugs and alcohol may be involved. You may be underage, or you may be partaking in something that's illegal. These laws protect you. So if somebody is going into cardiac arrest, like my brother, or they fell, or like something happened and you have to get an ambulance there, these laws protect you from getting in trouble. So you
Okay.
won't get arrested on scene. You won't get things happening to you later. Like, you're fully protected because of these
Okay.
laws.
I did not know that. I learned something today. That's interesting. And so that's just to raise awareness for that. That's great. What's the start hands only or smart? Was it? Yeah. Start
Hands
hands
only
only?
CPR.
Hands only CPR. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So we advocate for, if you are in these situations, not only to firstly call 911, but then to immediately start CPR if somebody went through cardiac arrest.
Okay.
Which they tell you to do that on the phone as well. And then you just do it to the song Staying Alive, like we were
I know
taught.
that from The Office. That was
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So then you're just pressing, instead of like actually blowing into somebody's mouth, you just do the pressing,
okay.
until paramedics arrive on scene.
All right, quick timeout. You thinking about selling your home this year? Nah, probably not. Statistically, like 10% of you are. And if that's you, I would love to be a realtor right now. If that's not you, plug into my What's Up Dunwoody Facebook pages and groups. You can follow Top End ATL on TikTok and Instagram. Let me help keep you informed on what's going on around town. And then when you do need an agent, you know right where to find me. Or maybe you know somebody who would like to move to the area. You can send them some of What's Up Dunwoody stuff and say something like, this guy would be a fun agent to work with, because it's true. I'm actually super fun to work with. And I know this city and I love this city more than the next guy. So if you ever need a real estate question answered, a neighborhood opinion, or just help connecting the dots around Dunwoody, hit me up. And thanks for listening to the podcast. This episode and every episode of the show is brought to you by Discover Dunwoody, Dunwoody's destination marketing organization that is focused on promoting the city, supporting local businesses, and driving visitors here. And if you follow What's Up Dunwoody on social, you've already seen a lot of their stuff. I'm constantly sharing their amazing videos that they put out because, frankly, they're better than I can make. So why not share theirs? The events page on their website is another one of the best resources in the city, and way more people should be using it. It's constantly updated. So bookmark whatsupdunwoody.com/events and look at it once a week, because there's always something fun happening here. You just don't know where to find it. Well, how did this begin? Like, where did you take the first step?
So really it was my mom and all of her sisters. You know Maggie, obviously, but there's 6 of them,
Oh,
all girls.
6 Maggies. Okay.
Yes, 6 Maggies, really. Yeah, Christmas and Thanksgiving are entertaining, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but it was really all of the sisters coming together. And my mom was like, I really want to do something about this. I want to take something bad and turn it into something good. So she started this. She's been working on it, I mean, pretty much full time for the last 4 years, or 3.5.
Mhm.
And yeah, so they just took it, ran with it. And then, we always participate in like fun runs and walks and things like that. Our family does. We raise money for good causes. Like, we've just always kind of done that. So we were like,
Yeah.
why don't we just do it for our nonprofit? And it actually, like, the first two, we got a really good turnout. They were trail runs, so I think people are a little deferred from that.
Yeah.
But this one,
A
I
little
think,
different.
because it's in Brook Run, it makes it a little easier. We also, we worked with, Skyland Trail at the beginning. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're in Chambly.
Mm-mm.
They're for mental health. So they
Oh, okay.
provide like therapy and, inpatient and outpatient mental health for people, that can't afford it. So we got involved with them for a little bit. And then we went to their run, and then eventually we were like, let's do this for us. And then the main, idea and outcome that we wanted was to raise money so we could have these billboards and just
Okay.
spread the word.
All right. Well, what is it like for you? I mean, having your brother pass away, and then you start this thing, and then every year, you're talking about your brother, and it's a great way of doing it because there are all the stories told and that kind of stuff. But I know it's hard.
Yeah. So, my whole life we always talked about my brother, just throwing that out there.
Yeah,
So this is nothing new.
he was always the topic of conversation.
Yes. Um, but no, it's been great. A lot of people, I think when you meet somebody that's gone through grief or lost somebody close to them, I think they get a little scared to talk about it, or they get scared to mention that person. And it's understandable. You don't know how they're going to react to it. You don't know if they're going to start bawling their eyes out or
Right.
cope with making a joke about it, which is what I do. But I think it's great because it mentions his name. Like it's really important for us to like keep his name alive, and it just makes us feel connected to him even more. And then spreading the word and having all these people talk about it and be like, "Oh yeah, I saw your billboard. I saw it on MARTA." Like all these things, it just makes us feel really good, and it makes us feel like he's still with us.
Right. Right. And that's how you remember. I had a friend who all of our best stories involved Alex. And when he passed away at his funeral, people were telling those stories. And I think that people that didn't know were like, why are you ripping on this guy? And I was like, no, because
Yeah.
we loved him so much. All the stories were about him. And so, yeah, I understand how you feel.
Yeah, that's just like Feeney.
Yeah.
Just like him.
Yeah. And that is a recognizable name too, Feeney.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess you want to wrap it up? Anything else? I can cut this out.
I do wanna say that the event is, like, family friendly and open, like, there's stuff about it that I guess I
Okay.
should say.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell us about the actual race. What to expect at the race when you show up next to the amphitheater at the seating area?
Yeah, so we're gonna have some games. We're hoping to have a coffee cart there, some local coffee carts, in downtown Chamblee, and then from downtown Chamblee. But the race itself is open to runners and walkers, all ages. Strollers and dogs are invited, which is different from our past ones because it was not stroller or dog friendly.
Can't do
So,
that on the trails.
right. This one's great for anybody. Hopefully we get a good turnout of all ages. There's going to be some games. There's going to be cornhole, um, things like that, chalk, all those fun things and entertaining things that's not just the walk.
Yeah. And so you can be fast or you can be slow and make it a fun run or, walk. Just show up. Or you could
Exactly.
just go to the website and give money if you don't want to actually participate. And I saw what's the virtual part of it?
Yeah, so people get confused by this part, which understandable, it is a little confusing. Virtual means that you can sign up to be a runner, but you can participate at the time of the event, but wherever you are.
Okay.
We have, I grew up in Australia.
I'm sure you have family all over the place with the 6 sisters.
Yeah. Well, we lived in Australia for 8 years, so we have a bunch of friends overseas that want to participate somehow. So we added this aspect to it so people all over the world could do it if they wanted to.
Right. It's a good way of doing it. Absolutely. Okay. Well, if you want to learn more, FeeneyLegacyProject.org. Again, it's the February or March 8th. I'm sorry. And you can give money at Mad Italian over the next month, or you can go to the website and do it. And yeah, it was real nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. This is awesome what you're doing, and I look forward to seeing those billboards around.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.